That's good.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our July 26th Park and Rec meeting. My name is Jim O'Connor, and I'm the chairman. We'll go around and introduce ourselves.
Jim Ronay.
Dan Zapatka.
Bill Nicoletti.
Chuck Stackpole.
Steve Besputer.
Jack Pritchard.
Deb Satonic.
Dan Lynch.
Welcome, everyone. We obviously have no guests, so there's no public dialogue. Let's look and get right into work here. Let's look for approval of minutes, our June minutes. Do I have a motion for approval? Mr. Ronay, Mr. Besputa, second. Any additions, deletions, suggestions?
Bill, I'll take those errors. I'll fix them.
Thank you, Deb. Good job, Bill.
I didn't I actually saw some.
There you go. That's nice. My eyesight, I don't see anything.
They were very minor.
Looks good.
Okay, thank.
One thing.
Yep, go ahead, Jim.
I actually didn't remind the committee that someone volunteered to help to write grants, but the woman came and suggested that we find someone
Yeah.
to help us write grants. I don't know if it matters, but she didn't actually volunteer to do it.
No, no. Deb will make that change. That's perfect. Steve, any changes?
No.
Dan, any changes? Jack, anything? Okay. All in favor of the minutes?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Old business. Questions from previous meeting. Dan?
I'll just go through it in the director's report.
Perfect. New business. A, grounds and facilities. Steve?
I have no report.
Beautiful. Personnel. I've been the personnel guy, I think, for 13 years, and we usually leave it to Dan, so he'll do that. Let's give an update on the cruise and his report.
Everything's going good. Believe it or not, after this week, there's 2 weeks left of the summer program.
Oh.
Everything's going very well. So far, so good. Knock on wood. And personnel-wise, everything's fine.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Okay, let's go to C, budget. Our cursory look at budget. How do we finish up the year?
Fine. You're gonna get it's basically a recopy of last month because they haven't given us the new run for the new fiscal year. So that's basically last month's copy because they obviously haven't updated one to me yet.
Okay.
But like I told you last month, everything that we asked for this fiscal year was given to us. There was nothing cut at all, which is great. And I did request in capital planning the resurfacing of the two basketball courts at High Plains. I still have yet to hear anything
Okay.
on that. And I'm not pushing anything because I know they're working on other things, and I will find out soon, and when I do, I'll pass it on to you. But
We're in no
I-
rush.
Yeah, last month I thanked the Board of Finance Director. Again, no cuts in our budget. Anything that we asked for and any of the increases that we put in for, we received, so can't complain. Good.
Okay, great. And now you're again, Dan, with your director's report.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay. I will go through everything. If anybody has any questions at the end, I will answer them. Like I said, after this week, we are down to the last 2 weeks of camp, which is session 4 of the day camp, and week 7 and week 8 of traveling teams. Those are all full. We have no room in any of those sessions or weeks. The concert and fireworks event that was canceled twice due to the weather for the 4th of July will now be held on Saturday, September 2nd. It will now be a Labor Day event with a rain day of Labor Day, Monday, September 4th. That was the only day they could get the band. Band starts at 6:30. Fireworks will probably go off anywhere between 9:15 and 9:30. So just let everybody know that at home as well. We mentioned the grounds crew. We just finished up a big softball tournament down at Old Tavern today. Things are winding down there with tournaments and baseball and softball. Obviously, soccer and lacrosse is winded down for the spring and summer. Those fields will now get a little bit of a rest for the month of August. We have one small camp coming in for baseball next week, but other than that, things will wind down, and those fields need a well-deserved rest for that. We are busy on the fairgrounds. The carnival is coming up. That is next week, Thursday through Sunday. We have a lot of, so our guys are busy with everything at the parks, at High Plains, all town events, trash emptying duties, so on and so forth. So they're keeping up with all that. Aquatics report. I will go through this as well. Lessons are going well. Registration for the fall lessons will start in late August. We will have a better idea on that date when Sue gets an idea of her returning staff for the fall. Camp has also been running smoothly at the pool. She gives a nice note there of gotten 11 kids out of their life jackets so far this summer with lessons, so that is a good sign. They do a good job down there, and that's another thing that people take for granted when they sign up for camp. Children that aren't, ready to swim or whatever, are needed to take lessons, they get lessons with camp when they come in, especially the younger groups. So that's a key component that you take for granted that our camp offers. We do have swim lessons for these children that need it. And ones that are, have taken lessons or are more experienced, they get the lessons as well. So it's a really good program. There's been work on the pump room and installation of a work sub pump down there. There's always work at the pool, but she's just giving you an update on the new backwash system that was completed last week. And then after camp is over, we shut down for summer maintenance, and we close after Sunday the 13th. The pool will be closed from August 14th. We reopen the day after Labor Day, just so everybody knows that as well. Programs report. Our men's softball league is going strong. Monday and Wednesday night league. Regular season play is currently going on. Playoffs for these leagues will begin towards the end of August. I've already gone through everything about summer camp and traveling teens. I have a up-to-date number of our numbers as of last week for each session and each week of traveling teens. And if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Dan, what's the full capacity of the camp? How
Well, we
how
had
many
it,
kids
we had it at 115,
115.
and then just based on staffing and stuff like that, and then we had so many people on the wait list, we kind of opened it up to other people.
Yeah, because we're up, 130.
Yeah.
129.
And that's high. That's high for
A lot of
us.
kids.
There was a need for it, so we opened it up. We hired some extra staff, and we were able to take some more kids.
It's great.
We were getting complaints because it was filled so fast, but
Yeah.
I mean, we only got so much. Like I mentioned last month, we only got so much room in there, and you also have senior activities going on in that building. There's a lot of things going on in that building. That place is packed every day.
The bandwidth is only so big, so that's good.
We can't have 160 kids running around
Yeah,
there. We really can't.
But you compromised.
We
So
tried.
it's-
Yeah, we did. So we,
So you
We made it work.
You're going to have that many for the rest of the summer?
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we're probably session 3 is right around. It was like one between 125 and 130, and right now we're right around that 122. So we kind of kept it there. It's just, and the session 2 is a little bit lower because that's right on the
4th
holiday.
of July.
That's the Labor Day.
4th of
And
July.
even our numbers
Oh,
for
4th of
travel
July,
teams
that's
are
what I meant.
low for 2 weeks there too.
I'm trying to skip us
You're
ahead.
pushing it ahead.
Yeah, I'm getting the
Yeah,
summer.
we're just trying to
over.
manage it as
Yeah.
best as possible.
Oh, that's great.
And then you do have people that drop out at the last minute, and then you go back to people that were on the wait list and they've already had
Yeah.
made plans for the summer.
Yeah.
So it kind of varies.
That's
But
great.
our numbers have been great.
Great work, Dan.
Yeah, it looks solid.
It's the staff underneath me. I mean, they do a great job. Starts in the office with Lynn, and then Sue at the pool. She helps out with the camp too, and then Stephanie runs the camp, and all our staff underneath Stephanie, all our summer camp counselors, our traveling teen staff. I mean, they put in a lot of work. It's not an easy job.
No.
It's hot.
Especially when it's hot,
You know, kids all over, you know, yeah, yep. I see your daughter every day. And it's not easy. I mean, but they do
work hard.
they do a heck of a job.
Good.
Good.
Well, great work to Steph and Sue and everyone, Dan. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
Any questions for Dan? Okay. Chairman's report. First thing is I'll give an update. Jack and I are on the Fred Wolf Park. We met. We made a formal proposal for a traffic study to go out to bid. Well, we got the bids. We recommended a company and to the Board of Selectmen, and last week the Board of Selectmen approved it. We did discuss some options right now that we are gonna do some add-ins. This is gonna have to be phase one, little by little. We're looking at probably in the next week to two, the playground to be fully open. Hopefully, that's what Jim Zioli's hoping. They're working on some of the final asphalt works and the parking up there to get all that
Yeah,
fixed.
parking lot and
Yeah.
the fence.
Is the
And
fence- is the fence
and the
up?
fence was ordered. It's
Yeah.
just waiting for it to come in. It's supply chain. So really, the next phase after Jim opens up the playground, then we want to get the traffic study. We want to do it during the busiest time, which isn't right now, obviously. It'll be the fall. We want the company to come in, and then we want it after the playground opens up, too, so they see what the traffic flow looks like from the people without the way it's set up right now, so that we could add improvements that are, lengthy. Anything else, Jack? I think that's,
That's where we
Yeah.
got the approval, which was
Yeah.
a good step forward.
yeah. And I think that's a big thing that right now that the Board of Selectmen is focusing on, because we have both PJ and John, as two of the Board of Selectmen members are on the committee, and they're helping us. So it's moving it's not as fast paced for some of our constituents, but it's moving along. And lastly, the last thing I have is this afternoon, Dan and I received an email from Mr. Corus. I write to you both today to share some personal news. After 23 years of living in Orange, he's decided to step down. I would like to send my personal thanks to Dave. Dave has been not only a dear friend, he's also been a good mentor in Orange Little League to me. And when he joined the committee, he was a staunch advocate for children, for services within the department, and always a big believer of giving the Orange kids all they needed. So we're going to miss Dave. He did a great job. And just thank Dave and when you get to see him. They are moving out of town, so that's why he made this decision.
He was on for, you say, 10 years?
10 years. I think 10 or 11. I don't think it says it in there. But it's at least 10 years.
Been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like you, Chuck. You and Steve and Jimmy now, we're all lifers. But, change is good. It's nice to have fresh, voices, eyes. And we're always excited. And this committee's always worked really well together. So we look forward to this coming year. And Dan, finish up camp. And do I have a motion for adjournment? Jim first, Chuck second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Have a
everybody.
great rest of the summer.
Yes.
The next
Thank you.
moving-